Hi, this is ggurface, and I'll be talking about game number 2 between Hasu and LiquidHayprO. LiquidHayprO or HayprO is spawning as the red Zerg at the 3 o'clock position, and Hasu is spawning as the blue Protoss at the 12 o'clock position. Right off the bat, LiquidHayprO is spotting in the correct direction with his Overlord. He will be able to spot the base of Hasu, and Hasu is playing as Protoss. If you haven't seen game number 1, I suggest you do see it because it was a little fumble by Hasu, and in that game it was sort of a hair-pulling kind of mistake, and Hasu wasn't too happy about it, and he pretty much GG'd and had to get out of there. I hope I didn't spoil it for anyone, but you should do check it out. And LiquidHayprO is not going to hide his Overlord. Interesting choice there. Maybe he's worried about some sort of proxy build as he is moving his Overlord inside the base, and that will reveal to Hasu, if he has not seen the Overlord, the position of LiquidHayprO. And seeing that he does send his probe in the right direction, and he will find the base of LiquidHayprO. At the same time, Overlord is looking at the pylon as well as the gateway that is going up for Hasu, and he will be able to see exactly what's going on for both players. A spawning pool is going down at 13, and this probe is not too happy that he let a spawning pool go down. Maybe he was hoping to do some damage or delay the spawning pool just a little bit. This Overlord moving into position probably over the ledge of the natural expansion, and we do see one extractor has gone up as well as one assimilator for both players, pretty much identical at the moment. This one probe has gone unchecked, attacking the spawning pool, and now the drone does come over and try to help his spawning pool, and now he's actually going to go back. This probe is going to go back. Every little bit of micro that you can do to annoy your opponent, you get a psychological advantage, or you think you get a psychological advantage. But nonetheless, I think this will finish in time because one probe is not sufficient to take down one spawning pool before it finishes. And spawning pool does finish, he's probably going to get one or two Zerglings, and we do see Zilot being chrono boosted this time. In the last game, he did not chrono boost his Zilot, and it was sort of late. But there is, once again, that 2 Zilot gap right over here. I'm not sure if it's the best idea, but I mean, these players are the pro players, so we should be learning from them. But I don't know if this is the best idea. I think it would be better to have a 1 gap in between instead of a 2 gap to the side. Metabolic boost is being researched by HayprO at the moment, as well as the second simulator has gone up for Hasu. I think this is gonna go up to be a rather longer game as both players are not really getting that many attacking units. There are a couple of Zerglings. These 6 Zerglings probably gonna go and see and test the front entrance of Hasu. Again, it is blocked off by 2 Zealots, and that one Zergling has spotted the probe, and he probably thinks the probe is gonna do something funny on the side. 3 Zerglings run up the ramp. 2 Zealots engage, and the Zergling's trying to get in, but they're not able to. Very, very good micro by Hasu there. This one Zergling was checking for that probe that he spotted with the Zelnaga Watchtower, and he's not going to be able to find it. We do see one sentry as well as Warp Gate being researched by Hasu at the moment, and a Queen is going up for his second hatchery that has recently gone down. Both players gearing up toward mid-game, I think. It's going to be quite interesting to see this game because, we do have one Overlord directly overhead of the base to see exactly what kind of minerals or how much minerals is left. If you take a look at the view of LiquidHayprO, he does see all the probes and he will see how much mineral is left. This one probe goes unchecked and will be able to enter the base of LiquidHayprO. I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. He probably wants to kill off this probe and put down some tech or prevent him from seeing that you have not gotten the second gas. Some of these are very, very good indicators of how each player are thinking and what they're going to do. We do have 2 gates at the moment, and he does cancel a building. He put a building and then he canceled it. Maybe he realized there was an Overlord, or maybe not. I'm not sure what he did there. And he does put the forge as well as the pylon outside. He does decide to expand, seeing how LiquidHayprO has expanded. These Zerglings are trying to run in, and they're going to actually try to take down this one probe. Not a very good idea to try to take down the one probe in front of the 2 sentries. One Zergling, however, did get inside the base of Hasu, and he's checking for the tech structures. Very, very good Zergling. 25 minerals, very, very well worth it. We do see additional 1 extractor has gone up, and some heavy droning going on. This one Zergling is still inside the base harassing the probes, and a couple of probes come off the line, and that is exactly what you want to do to your opponents. You want to drag his workers off the line unnecessarily, and I think that 25 minerals was quite well worth it. And we do see Sentry shooting the Overlord that was slightly over the edge, I believe. layer has gone up for LiquidHayprO, and one overlord here at the very top and one overlord here to the side, and he does know the expansion is going up, I believe. We took a look at the LiquidHayprO's vision, and he does see the buildings, and I think he's thinking about sniping it with something. He doesn't actually have sight of the overlord. A bunch of Zerglings near the middle of the map, and we do see additional Zerglings being produced, as well as one cannon being warped in with the Nexus. Additional gas has gone up, and LiquidHayprO has gone to a third base, a second expansion, seeing how mouzHasu has gone the expansion right outside of his base. Both players gearing up to be a longer game, I believe, because neither are actually attacking each other. These Zerglings don't really want to engage those cannons, because cannons will shred your Zerglings along with the sentries, because the sentries these 4 sentries can block off a good chunk over here or over here, whatever they choose. They're sort of bunched up, so the surface area around them is not that great. We see hallucinations being researched. Am I seeing correctly? Yes, hallucination is being researched along with Groove Spines for the Hydralisk? Yes, for the Hydralisk, as well as +1 attack upgrades for the ground forces of the Protoss player Hasu. And we do see Twilight Council being finished, and this Overlord's gonna suicide himself trying to find some tech buildings, but he's not gonna find too much. He might be able to spot this Twilight Council and see what's coming in. We do see Stalker Blink is coming, and this Overlord, not doing too well. There does go down to a couple of Stalkers. If we took a look at LiquidHayprO's vision, we do see that he does not see the Twilight Council. Groove Spine's about to finish for the Hydralisk. One pylon on the edge, always a good idea to put a pylon on the edge, as that will show any potential drops that might come just a second earlier. That always helps. Hallucination's about to finish along with Blink. Additional cannons being warped. We do see a hallucinated Phoenix, and that will be able to allow him to take down that Overlord on the side. I hope he uses the hallucination for something else rather than for that one Overlord, because it does cause 100 gas to research along with 100 minerals, and he just killed off 100 minerals worth of stuffs. And we do see that he's using his Phoenix to scout. He will see the Hydralisk then, and he's making a bunch of Hydralisk. LiquidHayprO is making a bunch of Hydralisk, and he will see the second base, and this Phoenix might go down. Yes, probably going to go down. We do see a bunch of Stalkers moving out midfield. And there is a good unit mix to deal with these Stalkers. These Stalkers do not want to engage on creep. We'll take a look at the HP of the Stalkers. Blink has finished, and he's picked up one Overlord. The population has been capped for LiquidHayprO, and he's moving back with his Stalkers. He's going to run the other way and maybe warp back into his base. He's going to be able to warp, yes, no, and he does warp an additional Stalkers on the top to reinforce, and he doesn't want to engage near the cliff because he can't really get to those Stalkers. He doesn't have vision of them, and these Stalkers do retreat. Very, very well played. We do see, weapons upgrade number 2 for the Stalkers at the moment. Additional cannons being researched, and these sentries are staying inside of the base to prevent any rushes. We do see the Carapace being researched for the Overlords. Yes, for the Overlords. Maybe he's thinking about doing some drops because he does not want to engage the front gate of Hasu. Stalker blinking back very, very methodically, and I don't think he wants to engage off of LiquidHayprO. Probably doesn't want to engage right now because there is a roll of cannons, and maybe he wants to but it's really bad right now because it's 1-0 versus 0-0, and it's gonna be 2-0 pretty soon. We do see how many gateways? We do see 5 gateways. One hasn't been actually changed into a warp gate just yet, and he has not been able to spread the creep because he's been busy doing other things, macroing up. He is getting additional 2 gases. He will be on 6 gas, and these Stalkers are coming around the side. Does snipe off a couple of Hydralisks, and he might be able to. He actually does supply block him once again. If we take a look at the army counts, 100 to 130, but not too much of a difference, but is able to constantly supply block the Zerg opponent. Will matter in the long run, I think. We do see Storm being researched at the moment, and now these Hydralisks are thinking about engaging, and this is very good play, bringing out the Overlords to spread creep, to allow your Hydralisks to move a little bit faster, to be not outmaneuvered by these Stalkers. These Stalkers are running a little bit, and now he's thinking about engaging. A very good force fields. 3 force fields completely blocking almost all of the Hydralisks, and now he's forced to retreat, and additional force fields going on top of that. Very, very nice play. 3 force fields blocks this very wide choke, and these Stalkers are going out to kill off the hatchery, but he won't be able to pick off that many probes. I think the Zerglings does come in, and the Stalkers blink up the ramp, and the Hydralisks are inside, but they're a little bit too late, I think. He's trying to take down this one gas, but he's not able to. Mutal is being pumped out, and we do see one Stalker below, probably at the wrong position. And the Hydralisks do come over and will be able to pick it off. Yes, he will be able to pick it off. Right now, the upgrades are 2-0 versus 0-0. I think LiquidHayprO, I'm not sure if he realizes that he's behind on upgrades, and we do see a couple of Stalkers picking up those overlords. That was spreading pretty outside the base of Hasu. Very good play there. We see additional warp gates coming in, and we see how many warp gates? Yes, 6 warp gates, no additional warp gates. The amulet is currently being researched so that the storm will be available to the Templars. If we take a look at the unit composition, we see mass Stalkers versus a couple of Mutalisks and some Hydralisks. We do see that the armies are now actually moving to take down these destructible rocks, gearing for maybe mid or late game for the moment. We see Chrono Boost is being spent on the amulet. He wants to get that amulet really fast because the storm is very good against these Hydralisks. Mutalisks as well, but it's kind of difficult unless you have these spotters on the ground. It's always nice to put on these spotters on the ground so you can see where they are. We do see Stalker engagement. He's going to be able to pick off one Mutalisk, and these units aren't able to pick off the Stalkers because they are blinking back relatively frequently. And he's actually checking for any more bases. Right now, Hasu has gone to the 3rd base. He's got an additional 1 gateway. He hasn't turned into a warp gate yet. He does put up 1 photon cannon in response to seeing the Mutalisks, and we do see Mutalisks harassment. These Stalkers are blinking back right now, and he's going to take down that 1 cannon. He's going to think he has free reign over these probes, but he really doesn't, as these Stalkers are running back, and there's going to be 2 cannons on that. He's not going to be able to do too much. 1 warp gate coming. 1 gateway coming online. He does pick off 1, 2, 3 probes there. And he's getting his, wow, 4th and 5th base. No, 5th and 6th base. Not for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bases, Zerg versus 3 base. Well, it's not 6 bases just yet, as he has not gotten them saturated, nor has Hasu gotten his 3rd saturated, but he's taking the bases so that Hasu can't take them, and we do see 1 Zergling coming in, will be met with a whole bunch of cannons. We do see weapons upgrade number 3 coming up. Right now the upgrades are 0-0. Wow, still 0-0 versus 3-0. We do see upgrades for the flying attacks as well as an upgrade for the overlords. And he's actually transferring some probes at the moment. I think he's actually transferring some probes. We do see Stalker going to be engaging the 0-0 army, and he takes 1 shot, blinks back, takes 1 shot, blinks back. Very good micro there. But he only really has 1 control group. He has to actually manually select them. We do see a bunch of Mutalisks on the side, and this side is not cannon really. It only has 1 cannon. He's going to be able to kill some probes probably, and these probes are running away. That might not have been too good a choice to hit the cannon. And these probes are running next to the cannon. He's not going to want to engage next to the cannon. He's trying to take down the Nexus. Very smart idea, but the Nexus doesn't actually go down that quick. We see a couple of High Templars on the side, and the High Templars will be able to do something. We see additional cannons going up, and let's see if the High Templars do something to these Mutalisks. And 1 storm goes off, actually storming his own probe there. Storming his own Stalkers a little bit, and these Mutalisks are actually forcing these Stalkers to stay within or near the base of Hasu. And we see, a Dark Shrine going up. Dark Shrine's going up somewhere, and somewhere it is. Going up somewhere. He's hiding tech so well, I don't even know where it is. But anyway, a Dark Shrine is going down somewhere. As we see an engagement but in the middle, and he's actually taking down some creep tumors, and that will force him to move his queen. Oh, Dark Shrine's right here. Got it. Aha, found it. Neither player really saturating all of their bases at the moment, but it was going to take a long time for the Zerg to do it because he does have 6 bases. We see a couple of Dark Templars being warped, and he's going to try and take out these units over here and maybe take down this base. We see 1 Dark Templar going in, 2 Dark Templars staying outside while engaging in the middle. Very good play. We see a multiple front and engagement. He's going to back off with the Stalkers, but in the meantime he does manage to kill off a good number of probes there. 8 kills, 7 kills, tremendous effort. 4 kills, that is almost 20 kills combined. And that is going to try to take down these number of hatcheries, perhaps. We do see 1 Overseer as well. I think 2 Overseers. 1 Overseer is already in, and he does take down 2 Overseers, but he does take down